Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are struggling with blame and resentment or feeling stuck on your twin flame journey, then this video is for you. Because today I'm going to talk to you about why blaming your twin flame keeps you stuck and how forgiveness is actually the key to moving forward. One of the biggest blocks on the twin flame journey is getting stuck in blame. And your twin flame is your divine mirror, and they're going to trigger you, and they're going to bring up all of your deepest wounds about love and relationships. And when your twin flame triggers you, it's easy to take it personally and attach to the upsets. But the truth is, your twin flame is just mirroring something that's already there within you. And the more you blame them, the more you keep yourself stuck in the same painful cycle. And your twin flame doesn't cause something new within you. So when you get triggered by your twin flame, they are not creating new hurt or pain within you or a new wound. They're only highlighting something that's already within you. And that's how they're designed. They're designed to, be your perfect divine mirror. And some things in your consciousness that you may not be aware of, when you're with your twin flame and they're able to shine a light on whatever that subconscious block to love is, it allows you to see it really clearly so that you can make the choice to heal it. But they're not causing new pain or hurt within you, even though it can feel like that, because the emotions between twin flames can be really big because the love is so deep. It's a soul level love. But then when you're triggered, it can be easy to think that it's a toxic relationship, because as a society, we have this view of a normal relationship as one where there's no conflict. But that's actually not true. If there's conflict in a relationship and you are choosing love at your core, so you're choosing to take accountability for whatever the upset is and you're choosing to heal it, then conflict is an opportunity for greater understanding and for growth. Because when you have conflict with your twin flame, if you are choosing love at your core, then they are also choosing love at their core. So that you are able to work through whatever the upset or the conflict was, and you come to a place of peace. And if you were like myself and you grew up without loving relationships where love was very conditional, then you don't have that experience of someone willing to take accountability for whatever's triggering them and not blame it on you, not shift the blame onto another person, and that you will actually work through whatever the conflict is and come to a place of peace. So why do we resist taking responsibility for our own triggers? There's basically three reasons that I see that are the most common ones. And the first one is shame. So we think that admitting fault, it puts us on the defensive, and we feel that there's something wrong with us. And so we resist taking responsibility because we don't want to feel like we're not good enough, that we're not, that we're not worthy of love or we're unlovable in some way. But taking responsibility isn't about blame. It's about healing. So a second reason is punishment. So we hold on to resentment sometimes because we think that it'll make the other person change. That if you hold on to this resentment, that they're going to realize that they were wrong and they will change. And the third reason is society teaches us to point the fingers at other people instead of taking responsibility. So it's oftentimes conditioning. It's what you learned in your family, what you may have learned at school or in different relationships. So it's about letting go of all the defensiveness and choosing to be really honest with yourself and taking accountability and realizing that holding on to that resentment is not going to actually bring you to a place of peace. The upset's still going to be there. If you're blaming someone else and you're not taking accountability, then the problem doesn't go away. So what happens when you just choose to hold on to resentments? Well, it's kind of like holding on to a hot piece of coal. It only burns the person that's holding on to it, and it keeps you stuck and unable to move forward on your journey. And the truth is that forgiveness is about letting your twin flame off the hook. It's like not about that. It's about setting yourself free. So forgiveness is about letting go. It's about letting go of the upset. And it's about understanding that only you create in your reality. Like nobody else can create in your reality. So you can choose to try to blame other people for creating in your reality, but it actually cannot happen. And I have another video on the mirror exercise, which describes this in a little bit more detail. But your external reality is a reflection of your inner world. So when you choose to take accountability for what's upsetting you and you go within and you choose to heal whatever it is within you that's upsetting you, you'll notice a change on your external world. So that's how it happens. And so what your twin flame's showing you when they're triggering you, and there's kind of like shining a light on this place within you that is out of alignment with love. It doesn't mean you're not a good person. It doesn't mean that, you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, because in God's eyes, you're innocent. Like you're an innocent child of God, and you're just here on earth to learn your lessons. So it's safe to just, humble yourself and have a high willingness to learn, and be willing to be really honest with yourself in what your twin flame is showing you. And it's actually not just your twin flame. It could be like your family members, co-workers, friends. It's like what other people are reflecting to you. And whatever it is that you don't like, you can change it by being honest and going within and making a new choice in that place and loving yourself in that place. And that will result in a change in the external world. And the cool thing with your twin flame is when you choose to do that healing, because you're one consciousness, they are making the exact same choice at the same time. So if you're healing something about not respecting yourself, for example, they are also making that same choice at the same time and healing right there along with you. So it only takes one twin flame to choose to do the healing work. And that's why you don't want to get stuck in that blame cycle, because it just prevents you from moving forward. So what does forgiveness really mean? It does not mean accepting bad behavior or abusive behavior. It does not mean letting someone walk all over you. It's just like releasing the emotional charge and reclaiming your own peace and placing boundaries. So it's basically saying, like, I do not accept that behavior. It's letting go for you. And what you do is if someone does something to me that is like really hurtful, so I can choose to forgive them and recognize that, like, okay, where did that like hurt me within me? Like I choose to take accountability for my own stuff. I can forgive them. But if somebody makes a mistake, okay, you can sort of like forgive them, give them another opportunity, move forward. But if someone is making so-called mistakes over and over and over again with you, meaning they know that something that they're doing is really hurtful, but they do not make an effort to change it. So they just keep repeating the same hurtful behavior. Well, that's not a mistake anymore. That's a pattern. So I can choose to still forgive them, but I choose to place a boundary. So I place a boundary inside first, like a spiritual boundary, an emotional boundary, saying like, I'm not accepting XYZ in my reality. And sometimes it might require a physical boundary. Like if someone's not respecting you in some way, you might place a physical boundary, meaning that you're not going to give them as much of your time. So forgiveness is about letting go for you. So how do you break free from blame and then step into healing? So here's some steps for you. First is pause and reflect. So when you're triggered, take a breath, and before you react, ask yourself honestly, like, what is this showing me about myself? The second thing is to practice the mirror exercise. And I was mentioning that there's another video of where I explain the mirror exercise in more detail, but it is the most powerful tool for you to heal your consciousness and to heal separation from your twin flame. So with the mirror exercise, it's 4 easy steps, but you're first projecting what you're upset about, like what is making you so mad and so upset. And then 2, you flip it back to yourself and you take responsibility And 3, you find that place in yourself that is upset there. And then you just choose to love yourself. You bring love to that place and you choose to make a new choice in that particular place that was initially feeling upset, so that you return back to your natural state. And your natural state is love and peace. And it's like heaven consciousness. That's your natural state. And that's why the mirror exercise is the most powerful tool to heal your consciousness, like really effectively. So let's talk about divine timing, because I get a lot of comments and from people where they are saying that they're going to wait for the twin flame to figure this out. They're going to wait for the twin flame to change, to apologize, or to realize that they were wrong. But if you do this, you're getting stuck in a cycle and you will not move forward. And because your twin flame is one with you. You have one shared consciousness. If you are choosing to wait for them to do something, they are also choosing just to wait. So divine timing is not actually a thing. There is such a thing as divine order. There's an order that things need to occur in, but there is no such thing as divine timing, because the instant that you desire something, it is yours. So if you say, for example, I desire my twin flame, I desire to have my twin flame in my reality, well, it actually is yours, meaning that God gives you whatever it is that you desire instantly. You don't necessarily experience it instantly if you have a block to it. So if you say, I want my twin flame, but you don't feel you're worthy, or you don't feel like you're good enough, or you choose to have prioritize other people's needs before your own needs, then your twin flame can't manifest into your reality. So you may have some blocks to heal before you're able to experience whatever it is that you're calling in. So the truth is, you have the power to heal your union, and it starts with you taking responsibility. Why wait for someone else to come save you? You are the creator of your own life. And the moment you step into your power, you shift your entire reality, including your twin flame connection. You get to create your heaven right here on earth. So I want you to remember as I sign off that the twin flame journey is about healing and unconditional self-love. This is an ascension path, and blame keeps you stuck and forgiveness sets you free. So let me know in the comments what's one thing that you're working on in your twin flame journey that you want to be able to release. And please hit like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments, guys, or you can feel free to send me an email if you want to be able to have a direct conversation with me. Again, my name is Tamara from One Divine Love. See you guys next time.
I belong, you belong, my sweetheart. I belong, you belong, my sweetheart. I don't think you're right for him.